Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the Skorpion with Makael. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. Over the weekend, the Skorpion Show hit over 19,000 subscribers. And I want to say thank you, and Makael also does too, to everyone who subscribed to the show. And I'm noticing that a lot of people from the UK are subscribing because they're writing me, telling me about some of the stars that I should be talking about on the show. And I will check into them, and I will be talking about them in future episodes of the show. So welcome to the Skorpion Show. Please comment and rate. Don't ever be afraid to tell me how you feel. If you feel that the show is taking a turn for the worse, go ahead and write me. I'll respond to you. You know,
write him, don't write me.
Well, you can write us. Let us know how you feel, because you know I was just talking to somebody yesterday on Twitter who's not one of my biggest fans, and I said, you know, just because I leave, like I might say something that you don't like about a certain person, it's not always hate. It's an opinion. So just respect me for that. If I'm a fan, I could give an opinion. Just like if you guys were not happy, say you're not happy, you know? And some people might get on you for saying you're not happy. I won't. I'd look at it as, you know, you're not being afraid to speak up and say what's wrong with the show. So thank you so much for watching. There's this news. I'm going to open this up with the news story in Philadelphia that's in the Daily News.
That TV's really loud.
Yeah, Mina, can you turn that TV down some? Now everybody wants to be home when we're here. I just don't get this.
I don't look it.
So, okay, there's a cop.
She said fuck you.
I heard her. That's why she over there and not over here. So, there's a cop in Philadelphia who has been put on desk duty because he wears braids. Now, mind you,
Cornrows.
Cornrows. Yeah.
Cornrows.
Y'all know what I hope y'all know what I meant. I'm gonna show y'all the picture of it. Hold on. So I'm prepared.
Hi.
Damn. Okay, this is him. Okay. So they're saying he's unprofessional for wearing cornrows, and that he should not be wearing them, and he can't return to being a cop until, like, doing regular on the street, until he gets rid of it. Now this is the thing, he's white. And there are a lot of African-American officers who walks around with cornrows with their hats on.
Well, can I just stop you right there? Mm-hmm. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever seen a cop with braids. Are you sure you're not talking about security guards?
No. Philadelphia police officers. They are out there. In the Philadelphia, trust me, they're out there. They're black and they wear cornrows. And no one says anything to them. But why is it? Okay. It's also in the paper.
Well, I can't really comment because I've never seen a black cop with braids. I mean, I've seen them with low cuts, but I've never seen them with braids.
Let me just show you. Hold on, YouTube. Yes, YouTube.
They must police down like in South Philly somewhere, because I don't never see them.
While dozens of police officers across the city wear cornrows, Officer Thomas Strain is white.
So when the 5-year veteran showed up for work September 3rd with the traditional black hairstyle. Now, who said it was a traditional black hair? Like, why does it have to be a traditional black? So I guess being bald is a traditional gay hairstyle. It's like, no. Like, I don't get it. Like,
I mean, I think that they should just let this man do his job. Now, I can see, you know what? I mean, is it really unprofessional if they wear braids? As long as it's neat, as long as the hair reaches a certain length, you know, I think it's fine. If it doesn't prevent him from wearing his hat, then let him keep his hairstyle.
Now, I have a question for you. How would you feel if Barack Obama had braids?
He'll look like a nigga to me. I'll put it like that.
But how would you feel? Would you think
he has an unprofessional look?
Wait, hold on. Would you think that that's the way the President of the United States should present himself to his country, and then especially to other world leaders? Especially, just imagine the President's going on this state trip, this big trip over to like London with his wife. And they walk off of Air Force One, and he has cornrows going straight back. To me,
he would look unprofessional, and that is not what we would expect from a president.
And he would get what's the difference between him looking unprofessional and a city police officer who was here
because
to patrol the streets.
A police officer is protecting lives. The president is not protecting lives.
Well, he's protecting.
Look,
he's protecting our lives.
I respect.
He's the president.
The cop is on the streets.
No.
The cop is on the streets.
I'm not trying to.
Obama had braids when he was president.
I'm not trying to say anything bad about the cop, but I'm trying to make this a good debate.
Yes.
Because I agree with you, but in the same time, I have to think logically and say, well, wait a minute. Why is it unprofessional for Obama, but it's not unprofessional for him? They both are serving the people, aren't they?
Yes, but
they both have an image to uphold, right?
Who has the more dangerous job, the cop or the president?
They both do. At any point, at any moment, somebody can walk up and try to shoot one of them.
I think that the cop...
Especially if you're a cop in Philadelphia. We didn't have 8 cops dead in 2 years.
You don't see... When you call the cops are there normally... Well, I don't know how long it takes for them to get there, because sometimes it takes a long time. You know, they're the ones that are called to act on it right away, not Barack Obama. They'll look at it.
But if a plane flies into a building, everybody's going to look towards Barack Obama to see what are you going to do.
How the hell y'all let that happen? That's what we all going to want to know.
Question: do you think Barack Obama would have won if he looked like that?
No, he would not. No.
Why not?
Because then they would say he looks thuggish.
So then,
you know Fox News of all channels. Now, can you picture Barack Obama getting off of Air Force One with a pair of baggy jeans and Timberland boots and glasses? No.
But wait a minute. But who said that it had to be baggy jeans and Timberlands? Who said that?
Well, that's
that white guy. No, but see, that white guy may not even dress like that.
But that's the urban look. Okay, just like Michelle Obama. She got cursed out for showing her legs. Oh, that's not what first ladies do.
No, not her legs, her arms. Her arms.
No, she had on Daisy Dukes, Makael. What? You ain't see that?
No, but
how can they tell her what she can or can't wear? I could see she was walking around looking like a hoochie, and she wasn't. What's in the first lady's handbook on what they can wear and what they can't wear? It's the summertime. Sometimes she don't want to wear a dress all the damn time. Sometimes she might want to wear jeans and sneakers and a t-shirt.
I mean,
sometimes especially Fox News, they just a mess. They'll find anything wrong and turn it negative about Obama. Just support the damn president. Stop having people turn against each other about this healthcare situation. Speaking of healthcare,
wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait, because I'm not finished.
All right, bring it back.
Now,
back that shit up. Remember that video?
It's wrong for what they did to the cop. I think it's wrong, but at the same time, it is a little unprofessional. Because I look at it like this. If you're not going to hire, if you don't expect the President of the United States to walk around the streets like that, or if you don't expect the governor or the mayor or even a police commissioner to walk around the streets like that, then why are you walking around the streets like that?
Because his hair is neatly cut.
Yeah, but you know what? Some jobs, can I just say this? Some jobs have dress codes and some jobs have appearance codes. I worked at Abercrombie & Fitch for a couple of months. And Abercrombie & Fitch had a thing where you weren't allowed to wear...
For black people, didn't they have laws and stuff?
Yeah, but... At Abercrombie, you weren't allowed... Yeah, please. At Abercrombie, you weren't allowed to wear black. Why? Because they don't sell anything in there black. So you weren't allowed to wear black in the store. And if you were a guy, you weren't allowed to have what I have here. You weren't allowed to have this. You weren't allowed to have any of that on Kevin's side of the face. You had to be completely shaven. Why you had to be like that? Because that was the image. That was the image. So, of course, a lot of people, including us black folks who have this, we didn't like that. But it was the rule. And if you don't like the rules, then you don't have to work here. So, in the same token, I think that if Philadelphia police are going to try to penalize this guy for having cornrows, then you know what? When you hire police officers, you have to let them know before they get hired. You come in my office, somebody come, look, we're hiring you, but you got to cut those braids. And if you don't want to cut those braids, then you know what?
To be honest with you, the Philadelphia police force needs whoever they can get on there willing to work for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you whine about a damn hairstyle, just let it go. As long as this hair is neatly done,
neatly kept,
leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Now, speaking of healthcare, I told you I'm not I'm ignorant to what's going on with this healthcare situation. But Barack Obama was on all the news networks except for Fox News because they declined to show his address about healthcare.
No. Wait.
What happened?
Wait, which Fox News?
Fox. Excuse me,
okay.
Fox.
Because they made that mistake.
Fox.
They made that mistake the other day. And that's I don't like Fox, but sometimes you got to make sure you get it right because it's two Foxes. It's the cable Fox and the regular Fox.
But they're still the same affiliate, which
yes,
just
but
like ABC News, CBS News,
yes,
NBC News.
But Fox News is catered to news. And Fox has television shows and then news every 4 hours.
But I mean, Fox News supersedes Fox.
Yeah.
Anytime there's breaking news,
yeah.
you know, they break in. Now, come on, Fox. Y'all really couldn't show Barack Obama's address. This is not the first time they did this. This is the second time. So, I mean, I agree with Barack Obama not going to that network. It's like, why should I give y'all the time of day when y'all can't give me an hour on your network to talk about something serious? You're so worried about so you think you can dance over healthcare. Dancing, you know, you could die from dancing too. You know, people with heart conditions and things like that. So I think it was more important for them to show that, and they didn't. But Barack Obama is talking to everybody. Went to CBS, NBC, Fox News, not Fox News, NBC, CNN to talk about it. But you know, I think that if Barack Obama wants to reach the younger people who are ignorant to healthcare, he needs to come to YouTube. He needs to get YouTube to put him on the front page like they do for the movies and have us watch it. Well, I don't know nothing about it.
I think he's making a step. I mean, because you know he is going to be on Letterman tonight. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a step to young people.
But it's still, I think that's
a
step.
That's a step. That's a step. I didn't say it was the big deal. I said it was a step. Because there are some college people who watch David Letterman. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some people who watch it. I mean, not a lot of people, but it's some
more
people.
of a Jay Leno type of guy.
Yeah, but see, you watch late night. So you're Jay Leno, but there's some people out there who would. So I think it's a step. Some people watch Letterman. I mean, come on. Letterman has young people on his show, like performers and stuff. I mean, I don't watch Letterman, but I was watching when Beyonce was on there. I stayed up all day and waited until she came on. And then, of course, they put her on at the end of the show, which was around 12:30 at night. Okay? On a work day.
About 12:10.
When does Letterman come on? 11:30?
11:35.
And it goes off at 12:30. Mm-hmm. So around close to near 12:30 is when they put her on. I know what I'm talking about because I was up like this. Hurry up! I'm tired.
It's all right. Now, did you watch Whitney on Oprah?
No, it's not all right. When I have to go to work the next day, it's not all right.
You'll be okay. Or why didn't you just watch it on YouTube? You know it's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, but I want to see the interview, and you know sometimes they'll just put the performance and not the interview, or sometimes the interview will be on there, but it'll be recorded from somebody's TV. I won't watch that. Please. Excuse me. Ooh. Why did I what?
Did you see Whitney Houston on Oprah?
I didn't see the second part. No, I never, because you know World Star Hip Hop, which I know the second part is on, is not working on my computer at work for some odd reason. Mind you, it's hilarious. This is hilarious. So the first half of Whitney's interview on Oprah was on the YBF. And so I go to work and I watch it. So the next day, when the second half premieres, I'm like, okay, well, let me go to the YBF. It's not on the YBF, but it is on World Star Hip Hop. And that same day, I can't get on World Star Hip Hop. So it's like I wasn't meant to see that second half, but I did see the performance.
What did you think about the interview? Period.
I thought she told, well, from the first half that I saw, since I didn't get to see the other half, she told a lot. She told stuff that we already knew, but to hear her actually say it, because you know in the Diane Sawyer interview, she wasn't admitting anything. You know, Diane, crack is whack. You know, but you're doing crack, but you're saying it's whack. So now some people ain't admitted to doing crack. Well, see, some people may say cocaine, since she admitted to doing cocaine. A lot of people say cocaine and crack is not the same. Okay, it's not the same, but in my eyes, drugs are drugs. So I don't care if it's crack, cocaine, whatever, marijuana, it's all drugs and they're all the same. So anytime crack is whack, why couldn't cocaine be whack? But I thought it was a very good interview. I thought it was a good interview.
My mom think that Whitney was lying in that interview. She think that it was a Bash Bobby interview.
No, it wasn't.
I think it's because she was watching the second part and she didn't see the first.
But you know
half.
what? I didn't think that it was a Bash Bobby interview because there's nothing she said in that interview that tried to blame everything on Bobby. She said, well, you know, I was doing it too. We were doing it together. He introduced it to me, and I was doing it right along with him. She never said, oh, Bobby. She always said, together we did it. And actually, in my opinion, she actually said a lot of good things about Bobby than she said bad. Because she always turned around, even when she said something negative, she always turned around and said, but you know, he was a good lover, he's a good father, he was a very good husband. You know, so it wasn't like, I'm sure she probably wanted to make sure she didn't bash him. And like she said in the interview, there's so much that she could have said about him, but she didn't want to.
You know, the ghetto-ness was coming out of Whitney in some parts of that interview.
Especially when she told Oprah, pay attention now. Come on, follow me now. Look, this is how we did. Like, yeah! And then wait, she took her back off the back of the chair and moved up to Oprah and said, come on, follow me now. I was like, ooh.
Now see, I was told, I can't remember his name on Twitter, he said that when ex-addicts, when they begin to think about the past, they get real excited talking about the drugs. I never knew that. Because I'm like, why is Whitney so hyped to talk to Oprah about this drug thing? Like, she got up. Like, she really was into that part.
Well,
but
okay,
it was the interview for me. I just seen that Whitney is so strong, and she dealt with drugs because she couldn't handle the pressure of being a celebrity. So the drugs is what helped her, to me, you know. And I feel like a lot of these celebrities, there are a lot of people that want to be celebrities. They're not ready for the fame, or they need to learn how to adjust to it, because it can make you go crazy. And I don't think that Whitney had the right people around her. Like, she needed her family around her to tell her, no, don't do this, don't do that.
Well, Bobby Brown was her family.
He wasn't helping her in no way,
Yeah,
though.
but you know when you just made that comment about, what did you say, drugs? She was doing drugs because of what?
Because she couldn't handle the pressure of being a celebrity.
I don't believe that. I think that she could handle it. But what she got with Bobby Brown, who had such low self-esteem because his career was not at an all-time high like he may have thought it should have been, like she said in the interview, he was jealous of her and she believed it. And you know what, even before the whole Oprah interview, even before Whitney Houston divorced Bobby Brown, in the back of my mind I always had a feeling that he was jealous of her. Because anytime you have Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, there's going to be some sort of jealousy. Especially when the woman of the relationship is making all the money. She had
the bodyguard, the preacher's wife, Cinderella.
Yeah. And she's making all that money. Yeah. And like she said, she could have lived off of the money that she made off of the Bodyguard soundtrack. I mean, hello, that's the best-selling soundtrack
Whitney was sitting there
time.
Saying, like, I done did all I could do in my career. It's over.
Yeah, and then
when
she said that he was jealous and that she had to lower herself
standards
just to make him feel as if he was something. Like, so I don't necessarily think that she was doing the drugs because she couldn't handle the fame. I think she was doing it because she wanted to please him. This was her husband, like she said. She wanted to please him.
But I don't think she should have had to take drugs to please him.
Well, no, she shouldn't have to take drugs. But that's just like a woman who wants to please their husband, a woman who lets their husband beat on her. You shouldn't have to let your husband beat on you to please yours. But some women have it in their head that, look, this is how he, this is how he shows me how he loves me.
I kind of believe Whitney about the fame thing, because a lot of people don't know how to handle it. You can't go nowhere because the cameras are everywhere. You gotta look a certain way, talk a certain way, dress a certain way.
Yeah, but
I think that she missed being Whitney Houston before she was Whitney Houston.
Now, okay, you know? It's funny that you said that.
How would you be able to deal with, okay, let's see how you dress like Makael.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the fame does happen to us. Mm-hmm. Then we got to wear suits all the time, and we got to do this, we got to talk a certain way, we got media training, you got all this and that. And let's say we ever get there, like to where the cameras are following us, we in the stories. If I go bald, I'm on the front page of a paper, like, how do you handle that? How would you handle that?
How do you handle it? You have to surround yourself with people who you know are going to keep you grounded. like your family and your close friends. You have to be surrounded by the people that you know that are going to say, Kevin, that does not look right, or Makael, that does not look right, or Makael, why did you say that, or Kevin, you shouldn't do that. Those are the type of people you need to surround yourself with. Because anytime you surround yourself with the people like Whitney Houston, Whitney, you need to dress, no, you have to keep this image up. No, I want to be around somebody who says, Makael, that's ugly. That's ugly. That's the people I want to be around. You know why? Because Mikael's going to take it in a minute. That don't look right. Take that off. Or that hair is not cute. And if you ask me again, I'm going to hurt your feelings. Those are the type of people I want to be around. Because it makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel grounded. Just like, for instance, one of my sister's friends got really excited one day because she met me and she didn't know. When she found out, because she watched the show, and when she found out that I was my sister's brother, she got really, really excited. So one day my sister, we were all out, and so my sister was like, oh, well, this is my brother. Like, and the girl was just like, and my sister was like, and and see, I was loving my sister every minute as my sister was doing it. Because my sister was like, girl, this is him. Like, I tell him to shut up all the time. Like, if you don't go somewhere, like, please. Like, and that's the type of people I like to be around. Even my friends. Like, for instance, one of my friends, we call each other, bitch, shut the hell up. This, then the third. Those are the people I want to be around. I don't want to be around people who be like, oh my God, you're just such a YouTube celebrity. No, I am not. And stop saying that because I don't feel comfortable with you saying that.
I still don't like that word.
I don't like it at all. And some people be like, oh, you're just being modest. No, I want you to stop saying that.
No, we talking about... Why is that TV so loud?
Where is Drake?
Excuse me. The Emmy Awards was last night. And I enjoyed like the first hour when they was devoted to the comedy. After the comedy, the funny just fucking left. You know, I didn't watch the whole thing. And you know what I was mad about? Vanessa Williams not being a good sport and wearing the glasses.
Oh,
I'm not saying this. Come on, Vanessa, you could have been a good sport.
But I mean, she could have been a good sport. But you know what I think? I think Vanessa was in character. Her ugly Betty character is a bitch. Did you ever think about that?
No.
Well, you need to think about it.
Because I thought she really was being a bitch.
No, but you know, Vanessa, she may have been in character and was just like, what's her name? Wilhelmina on the show? She's probably like, Wilhelmina does not do that. And that's what I got from it. I got not Vanessa being a bitch. I got it was her being in character, her character that she's nominated for, and that's what she's playing. So, and I mean, that whole glasses thing was really petty. Kevin.
I think she needed to put them damn glasses on to be a good sport.
Well, she wouldn't have won anyway.
It don't matter. I'm just saying. Look at you, a cat burglar. I haven't heard that word in a long time. Some of y'all during Twitter, during the Emmys, anytime that Tracy Morgan didn't win or Vanessa, y'all was saying that they was being racist. And that's totally not true.
No.
Can we please just hang that up all the time? I know sometimes when I watch award shows or watch a reality show and I see a black person there, I want them to win just because they black. But I mean, just because they don't win does not mean that they were racist or not winning. So some of y'all really need to hang that up.
Yeah, but can I ask you a question? What is that?
What?
You cannot use
this.
You don't have to read it out loud.
Child, I hope it's still recording. My screen just faded to black. Oh, it's still recording. There we go.
Question. The Emmys. Do you know who was the first African-American actress to win a Primetime Emmy for Best Actress in a television series?
If I had to guess, give me the year.
I think it was in the 80s. I think it was 1980 when she won. But the TV shows that she was on for like, it was up to like 10 years that the TV show was on. It was a very popular TV show in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, you said in 80s?
70s and 80s, because it started in the 70s and ended in the 80s. It had a long run. I'll just put it like
Jefferson's.
This. Ding, ding, ding.
What's her name?
Isabel
Sanford.
She became the first African American actress to win an Emmy for Best Actress.
I loved her on that. I love that show, period.
Yeah, that's a good show. But I never, to me, her character never seemed to be that funny to me. Like, I always thought that if anybody that Esther Rose should have won for Good Times because
she never won an Emmy for Good Times.
Well, I don't know if she's ever won before. I don't know, but I just always imagined if anybody been the first black, then it would have been her. But it was Isabel Sanford, so.
I love me some good. And I think the Jeffersons is now on TV One.
Yeah.
So TV One got Good Times, the Jeffersons, Sanford and Son, Martin. They got a lot of good shows. So if y'all not watching TV One, the other BET, go ahead and watch TV One.
No, that's the show.
It's the better BET.
It's the better BET.
Yes.
They don't have all that ghetto Frankie and Neffy, Tiny and Tiny Tim.
What else? Now, Makael, you wanted to get into this.
Yes. So today I was on Twitter and I was having a conversation with one of my Twitter friends. I won't say his name for privacy reasons. But
what are you doing?
He and I were having a conversation, and he wanted to get our take on. He wanted to get me and Kevin's opinion on people who are, how can I put this? He wanted to get our opinion on people who are
who don't live their lives out.
Who don't live their lives out, meaning, I guess gays and lesbians.
People don't know about them being gay.
People don't know about them. Thank you. Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks. He wanted to get our opinions on this, so I'll let Kevin go first because I let him read the message a little earlier.
To me, I think that the DL lifestyle is just too much. You gotta do too much lying, too much hiding, too much secrecy. Just be yourself. You don't have to come out and say, yeah, I'm gay, but it's just too much. I don't agree with the DL lifestyle. How can you be fucking a woman and then doing a man on the side, and you could be bringing a lot of disease and infections into the bed? It's just too much. It's too much. You gotta wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and all of that. No. It's too much. I don't even want to deal with people on a DL because then I can't go to certain places that I like to go because you in fear that somebody might see you somewhere where you know, it's too much. Just be yourself. Just come out. You don't gotta. I think that people allow the stereotypical people. When people think of gay, they think of very feminine. He wear tank tops and booty shorts. He wear lipstick and makeup and all of that. Even though some of it is true, it does not represent everybody as a whole. Because you got your homo thugs. You got, for some of your girls, they got all kinds. It's too many labels for me anyway. It's just all different types. Just like you got your regular straight person. There's all different kinds of straight people. The same thing with the gay lifestyle. But the DL lifestyle is just, to me, I don't think you should have to live that way. You shouldn't have to go to places because you are in fear somebody might say something about you about what you like. It's too much. Too much. A lot of lies and deception goes on with the DL lifestyle. How do you feel about it? And can you see yourself with a DL person, somebody on a DL?
Don't ask me that question.
Why not? I want to know.
The question's not for me.
But I want to know.
You want to know from me?
Yes. Would you?
First of all, I'm not answering that question.
Oh, God.
So don't ask me that question.
Well, let's hide the camera.
No, I'm not answering. No, cut it out.
But I'll still tell me.
Cut it out.
I'm so mad.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
This is how I feel about it. I feel a little bit different from Kevin. I agree with what Kevin said. But on the same token, I don't think that anybody should ever have to be forced to do or say something that they don't want to say. Like somebody wrote to me one day and asked me, look, I'm starting to really feel who I'm becoming. I'm really starting to feel it because now I'm getting older, so I'm starting to explore things, and I want to start participating in certain things. But the problem is, nobody knows about me. They asked me, how should I tell my family, my parents and stuff like that. And the first thing I said was, look, if you don't feel comfortable telling your parents, you don't have to tell them.
Every situation is different.
And that's exactly what I said. Every situation is different. You know why every situation is different? Because everybody's parents is different. You see what I'm saying? But not only that, some people may come out and tell their parents, oh, well, I'm this way, or I've done this. And then at the end of the day, you just feel so horrible inside. You know, like a lot of people say, oh, you just have this weight lifted off of your shoulders once you come out and say this, that, and the third. But for some people, it's not. It's the total opposite. It's actually an extra weight put on your shoulders. Why? Because now you have to worry about if you get into an argument now, will this person say, that's why you're gay? Or who are you going out to go see now? Another man? You know? So it's like some people don't want to be put in that position. So my thing is, if you don't feel comfortable telling your family or your friends, you don't have to. It's your decision. I do not encourage anybody to go up to somebody and say, you need to tell people because you're going to feel a lot better. Well, you don't know how they're going to feel. My thing is, don't say anything you don't want to say.
And you don't have to tell nobody at work. You just be you.
Just do you.
Do your job and clock out and go
This
home.
is Makael's theory. If nobody goes around asking straight people, who do you sleep with? Do they? No. So why should they have to go around asking gay? Straight people don't have to always defend themselves or have to always have an answer for things. Well, why do you do that? Or how do y'all do this? Or how do you... Nope. Do they? No. So then why do gay people have to do it? So if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to. You don't have
ladies,
to.
I'm going to tell y'all, it's a lot of men on the DL. It's
Yeah.
a whole lot.
Another thing, that whole guys sleeping with girls and then going back with guys and then going back with girls, they really need to stop doing that. Because it's so weird. Like, why do you do that? Just like girls who sleep with guys and then sleep with girls.
I mean, it's a lot. It's some of the how can I put this? Straight men, they still consider themselves straight, even though they might mess with a transsexual. I don't know how they still consider themselves straight, but they do.
What planet are they living on? Because I think they need to join the rest of us on the planet Earth. Okay?
Let me tell y'all, a lot of people that's not in the lifestyle, it's a whole lot going on. And I encourage everybody to use condoms. Always protect yourself. Anytime you're in a sexual act, protect yourself. Oh my God, there's so much that I'm not talking about, but it's so much. It's a whole lot. Where else we gonna go? Somebody, is this the same person?
What?
That said they're not happy with the direction of the show?
Oh yeah, that's the same person.
Can you elaborate on what?
Okay, so basically the same person who had the problem with the whole sexual issue also said to me, which I agree with him on, where he said that he loves the show, but he thinks that the Skorpion Show is becoming too much of a video blog, where we're just talking about music. He says that, you know, now he feels more comfortable, or he likes watching Skorpion Show, which was the old channel, rather than the Skorpion Show, because he says on Skorpion Show we talked about a whole lot of different things, and you know, I couldn't say yes or no, because we done so many videos that I couldn't tell you what was on Skorpion Show and what wasn't on, because we done so many things.
Skorpion Show was a lot of
but he says that he knows. You know, he says that he knows, and this and the third. So all I could do was take his word for it. But he said that, you know, he thinks that we should try to focus more on other topics, because he says that's why he and so many people like the show, is because we give our opinion on a whole variety of things and not just music. So I had to say, well, you know,
I agree.
You know,
now, I'll put it like this. When I don't talk about the celebrity talk, if I talk about my regular life, I ain't interested in my life. I put my video vlogs up about me. How many comments on there? Probably about maybe 50 or 60.
But wait a minute. You just wait a minute. Listen to what you just said. Listen to what you just said.
What?
When I talk about my life, you're not interested. When I put video blogs about me, you're not interested. Well, then
that's
stop making them about you.
No, that's why. Look, okay.
Make them about other things.
No. Listen. Let's say like I'll do like y'all ask me anything y'all want to know about me. I do. Listen. Because I feel like it's the way that I'm branching off. Instead of talking about celebrities, like I would love to talk about me. I would love to talk about my life, some of the things that I've been through.
No.
But listen. But videos like that, they don't respond. So I don't do them now. There could be other topics, like I'll be talking about what's going on in the world. They don't respond. It's like, okay, well, if you're not responding to that, then I'm not going to continue to keep giving you videos about that if nobody watches and nobody leaves a comment. Like, you'll see like maybe 300 ratings and you'll see about maybe 50 comments. And it's like, okay, are you hearing what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you leave a comment, the video has more of an impact on you. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, if they might, because when I watch a video, I rate first. And then sometimes I don't even leave a comment. And I just go on to the next thing. So it's like it didn't impact me enough. Even when they see a nigger on the screen and they leave it in the comments, like, at least I impacted you to leave that comment. Like the suicide thing. I talked about suicide. That didn't get a big response. And I feel like that video definitely should have got a big response than it did. So if I'm talking about the celebrities, like my opinion, the music review, I stay that route. Because I never even wanted my channel to be about the music thing. A year ago, I said, I want to talk about serious topics. I want to do this, I want to do that. And when I started to do it, it didn't work. So that's why I keep the format where it is today. Like, I didn't make this format. The Skorpion Show made it this way. That's what I mean. Like, we evolve so much. It's not us. It's just, that's where it's going.
In shorter, basic terms, what he's basically trying to say is celebrities' gossip is better than regular people's gossip.
Yes. Like when I went to, me in London, when I was in Chicago.
Nobody cared.
How many of y'all watched that video? How many of y'all commented on that
watched
video?
it. But basically, I see what you're saying, because now that I think about it, a lot of the videos that we do where we try to be serious, they don't even get half the views or half of the comments than videos where we're talking about Beyonce. And it's funny because when we mention Beyonce, Janet, Mariah, Whitney, stuff like that, they get the most comments, but yet half of the people hate when we talk about Beyonce. But then when we're not talking about Beyonce, nobody seems to care. You see what I'm saying?
Not always Beyonce talk.
But not just that. But it seems that when we do talk about her, we get more of a response from people who like her and from people who don't like to hear about her. You see what I'm saying?
Like, as soon as her name come up, it's like, you said the devil. And it's like, oh God, why did you do that? But that name, Beyonce, is just so relevant that it comes up. I mean, who else is that relevant today? That could be can come up at any topic.
Okay, let's just say this. Let me just say this. If you guys want us to make more videos about serious things or relevant topics other than music, then you guys have to start participating in rating and commenting on the videos. You guys have to start doing it, because if you don't comment the videos, then it's like basically you're telling us, oh well, then you really don't care about this video. So then that's why we kind of stick to music. Even though we don't always like sticking to music, but that seems to be the thing that's the big theme on the internet. Because when you think about it, that's what everybody is mostly talking about on the internet is music.
Like all the blog sites, music.
They're just talking about music.
Like, no one talks about who got a movie coming out or who's got a new script.
Nobody even talks about that.
I mean, if there are celebrities that watch and you got a new script to a movie, or people that got scripts to a movie, let us know so we can let them know what's going on. My candy fell under the table.
Last night when I was watching the Emmys and I was on Twitter, it was like the first 20 minutes of the Emmys, and then after that it was like everybody was like, oh well, I'm tired of the show, I'm bored already. But if it was the Grammys or the VMAs, everybody would stick through it. So that, I mean, to me, I got a little annoyed because I think I was the only one on Twitter that watched all 3 hours and 59 minutes of the Emmys last night. But that's because I don't know if I ever told Kevin this, or maybe I have, but before I met Kevin, I was not into music like that. I was only into certain artists and certain songs. I was not a big music person. I'm still not a big music person. The only reason why I kind of get into music now is because I do this show, so therefore it's like I want to know what Kevin is talking about so then I can put my input on it. But if I wasn't doing the Skorpion Show, it would still be Beyonce, Destiny's Child, Patti LaBelle, and, because So it's like I'm only catering to what you guys like. You don't want me to be up here and then let Kevin have all the knowledge, and I'm just sitting here like.
I mean, if I force videos on them with me talking about myself, we'll see what happens. I'll do, like when Makael's not here, I'll do some serious topic videos, and I won't even touch music, and I'll see what the response is like. Yeah. I'll see. And if it still don't get no responses, then I will go back to what I know and what I love to do. Like, I never knew I was going to sit here and talk about music. I really didn't. Like, I want to talk about other stuff. I was talking about other stuff, but this is what this is what the majority of what brought the subscribers in. Music. That MTV video, that brought over 1,000 people here.
Yeah, it did.
1,000 people. So
it did.
I mean, they probably don't even understand why you. I was a mess in that video. Oh my God! Somebody wrote me. Shout out to Chris, because he was telling me that's not good, especially if I was like had a publicist and things like that. I already know.
But you didn't
need. Wait a minute. Know.
Hello, your co-host has been telling you that for how many months? And so it took somebody named Chris.
I already knew that. So I already knew that. But you know, I still say I'm gonna do me.
Yeah.
You know? Now, if I was on TV.
Now, I don't have a problem with you doing you. You know I don't have a problem with you doing you. I just don't want you to do you while you're drunk. Because I think that people will take you way more serious when you're not drunk.
Look, whether I'm drunk or sober, I'm still...
You know what
I noticed, though? I noticed when I watched that video, as much as I hated that video, when I look at it, again, it's not what I said. It was the way that I said it, and I didn't hold back a lot of my opinions on which I normally do when I'm sober. Like, it just came out. It came out like when I'm sober, I try to not say mean things or not try to say something wrong, you know, or I hold back. In that video, I ain't holding back not a damn thing. I said exactly what was on my mind. So, I don't know. I mean, that video, as much as I hate it, it got Janet Jackson to comment on it. It got a lot of views. It was good. It was good. So even though I hated it, the world loved it. Thank y'all.
Well, let's just put it like this. You will never ever see Makael on camera like that, because I don't drink.
So what else are we going to talk about? Or are we going to end this? Oh, I want to say to the Mariah Carey fans, Mariah Carey did so good on Oprah singing, not Bringing on the Heartbreak.
I want to know what
love is.
She did
good. She did really good. Now, I didn't think that Mariah would have been able to pull it off. Honestly, yes. She did a beautiful job singing that song.
She did.
But then Barbara said, well, what's up with the originality these days? Why is everybody doing everybody's music? Why they can't be original? So, I mean, I'm like, Mom, but Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey are known for covering other people's songs. They've been doing it throughout their careers. We don't even want to go there on how many people they done remade. But, you know, the internet, album leaked.
But I see where you get that talk about original from, your mother. Because you yell it from the rooftop all the time.
Yes, originality counts.
Like, it does count. But can I just say this? I thought, first of all, I love the whole, You'll Always Be My Baby look that Mariah Carey has going on with her hair.
I thought it was the Vision of Love days.
Yeah. I love that look on her now. I love the little weight on her. I think she looks very nice. Mariah sounded really good. It wasn't the old Mariah, because the old Mariah would have sounded 10
but
times
the way
better.
She was hitting those notes at the end.
Yeah, but you could tell that they were, but the old Mariah would have definitely killed it. But she still sounded good. I thought she sounded really good. I wish I could have saw
performances.
yeah. You know, you're right. Compared to the last one, she did really, really good. I wish I could have saw the actual interview.
It's on the internet. It's on the internet.
I didn't see it on YouTube. Oh, my dream. No one's talking about my dream that I had the other day about Barack Obama. Well, I told a lot of y'all on Twitter, when I woke up on Saturday morning, I immediately went on Twitter. Well, it wasn't even the morning, it was in the afternoon. I immediately got on Twitter and told y'all that I just had this dream about Barack Obama. And so all day I was sitting and I was just thinking about, like, oh my God. So then finally I met up with Amber, Kevin's niece, and we went to Fridays and we had dinner. So I was telling Amber about the dream and she was just like, oh my God. And I was just like, I know, because I was like crying, like really crying. So this is what happened. In my dream, Barack Obama dies. But it's not him being assassinated. It wasn't him being assassinated. This is such a detailed dream. Barack Obama was on board Air Force One with his wife, actually with his family, and he's asleep in where the first family sleeps at on Air Force One, and he's in there by himself. And while he's asleep, he has a seizure and he dies in his sleep. And when I tell you, I was just like, now mind you, first of all, I don't even think Barack Obama doesn't even have seizures. He doesn't even suffer from seizures. And of all things, a seizure, I was just like, where the hell was my brain going at last night? I started crying because I kept saying to myself, oh my God, he hasn't even been president for a whole year. He hasn't even done this. He hasn't even done that, this, that, and the third. And then, mind you, in the dream, guess what I said? Am I really ready for Joe Biden to be president? Like, I was just like going off. And then in the dream, you know, Michelle Obama comes in, and she's not the person who finds him dead. Somebody else finds him dead. And then she comes in, and then she tries to stop her daughters from coming in and seeing him dead. But it was such a sad dream because I kept saying him dying in his sleep from having a seizure. Like, can you even die from having a seizure? Well, I know you can die from having a seizure, but can you die? Do people have seizures when they sleep? Yeah, I didn't know that. So that probably was a far-fetched dream. Maybe it can't happen, or maybe it can. I don't know. But I was just like, oh my God, like it was the scariest thing. And if you would have saw how red my eyes were from crying in the dream. And it wasn't like one of those dreams that you have and then a couple minutes it's over. It was a lingering dream. Like, it kept having all these extra details, like then the funeral, and then I was just like, oh my God, like what the hell? And then I told Amber, I said, Amber, I swear I didn't eat anything late, because you know sometimes when you eat really, really late, it messes with your whole brain. That's why they say you're not supposed to really eat that late at night. And I didn't have anything late to eat. I mean, I went to bed late that night, but I didn't eat anything, and I didn't even watch anything about him on TV. So I don't know where he came from, but he was there. And then you don't know how happy I was when I woke up and I realized it was a dream. I was
I love them type of dreams.
I was like, thank you, Jesus. But whoo, Jesus.
That is weird.
It was a very weird dream. Just imagine how I felt dreaming it.
You know what? I don't think I've ever... What the hell? Thing keep cutting off. I don't think I've ever seen myself in a dream before. I can't remember seeing me.
Seeing you. I can't remember you. But I remember the... I'm getting teary-eyed. Because I remember the... Oh, my God.
Child, don't be crying on the show. This show ain't got no room for tears. So let me stop.
Okay. The best dream I think I ever had was... Okay. So, my grandmom died back in '94, and I was really, really close to my grandma. And one day, I had a dream. And the dream was, it was at her old house. And it was such a realistic dream. You know when you have one of those dreams that are just so realistic? And the thing about the dream is that I knew that I was dreaming, but it was like, in the dream, I didn't want to do anything that would make me wake up. So me and her were talking. Now mind you, my grandmom died in '94, before Beyonce even came out. And it was so funny because my grandma asked me about Beyonce. And I remember her asking me, do you still like that girl Beyonce? And I was just like, yeah, this, that, and the third. And we were just sitting there talking, and it was a regular conversation. And I remember that it was people, oh my God.
Makael is crying.
I remember it was people downstairs in her living room, and they were making noise. And I remember me getting up to go to tell them to stop making noise. And I remember me telling her, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go downstairs and tell them to be quiet. And don't you know, as sure as I walked out of that door, the dream was over. And I was just like, oh my God. Because those type of dreams, especially when you're dreaming and you're having a conversation with somebody who is no longer here anymore, and I'm trying to cover my eyes because I don't want to say anybody see my eyes. But you know those type of dreams that you have where you're having a conversation with somebody who is no longer living, and then it's just like it seems so unreal. It seems so like, to me, it's like one of the best feelings in the world, especially when somebody that you're close to. Because it's like, it's rare, it's like you think about them all the time, and then when you get to, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I've been there.
Let me tell you something. When Jamie Foxx gave his Oscar speech about his grandmom and said that, you know, he's going to be talking to his grandmom in his dreams at night, the tears was rolling down my eyes. But let's get off of this.
Let's end this. We're talking 50 minutes. Jeez.
Let's get off of it, because I don't think I've ever shed a tear on camera, and I don't ever want to do it again.
Well, when you win an Oscar.
Shut the hell up.
Yes. What's going on with your acting? You still want to act?
Of course, but let's get off of this. Like, let's get off of it.
All right. Let's go unprofessional. If Wendy could be on TV and be unprofessional.
No, Wendy goes like this. What does Wendy do? She goes just like this. I love like, is she serious?
I love that girl.
I remember the first time I saw her do it, and I was just like, wait a minute. Like, you just got to do a double take. Like, did she just do what I think she just did?
How you doing?
How you doing? Come on, let's go.
All right, you guys. Thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I mean, again, if you don't watch 50 minutes and you ain't subscribed, something is wrong with you. Something is really wrong with you. That's it. I mean, this is a long video. So, look at Makael. When I sing this song, I get so teary.
Kevin, turn the damn camera off.
Up in my skin, and I won't let you dry.